Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long was 1975. A YouTuber's on the rise. Reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends. But Long was 1975.
So, welcome to another comparison video. This one's something a little bit different. I've got a feeling way back, possibly 2 to 3 years ago, I did a arcade versus home port comparison of the arcade version, obviously, of Atari's 1984 arcade game Marble Madness to the Megadrive version. Whether or not it's still on my channel, I don't know. I haven't even checked. But I was going through the game selection on my Megadrive Mini. Alright, granted, I'm in Genesis mode, and obviously it's modded. And here we have it, right next to each other. We have two versions of Marble Madness, and this, well, I mean, it's not unheard of. On the NES, there were, you know, two different versions of Gauntlet, weren't there? And one of them was by Tengen, or Tengen, who've done one of these. But anyway, Marble Madness was an arcade game released in 1984 by Atari. It was designed by the legendary Mark Cerny. Also, in some places it was released by Midway Games, and I don't know if I'd go as far as to say it's a platform game. I would say it's a skill-based kind of exploration game. In the arcade, I think it was the first arcade machine to have stereo sound, and it had it was on the Atari System 1, and it had a trackball, and I absolutely sucked at it, but I have such fond nostalgic memories of it because where we used to go on holiday, I've mentioned many times, in Westward Ho. Alright, let's skip that. At the other end of the seafront, I don't think I've ever seen that screen before. At the other end of the seafront, there was an arcade called The Sands, and they had this arcade machine. And I was just impressed, because I think it was the first arcade machine that I saw with a trackball. And the whole isometric nature of it, and the fact that you're a marble, blew my mind. So this is the Electronic Arts version, and I want to say that this came first because what's the date? Yeah, 1991, Atari Corporation Electronic Arts. Yeah, so this is the first port of Marble Madness. So Tengen was a part of Atari. Another part of this video is maybe someone could explain the convoluted history to me, but Tengen was a part of Atari, weren't they? And they did a lot of the, you know, reverse engineering and getting around system lockouts and stuff like that, like on the NES. So why is this an EA game and then they did their own game? Anyway, so it's a kind of 3D isometric, well it's not, it is 3D isometric exploration skill-based game, and skill being the operative word because it's balls horrifically hard and you will probably not see me get very far, but you know, curiosity and the cat and all that shit, so I wanted to see which one of these was the best one, and you know, because I mean both ports of the arcade, so how different can they be? I guess it's a question of production and polish. Obviously this was released on everything like the NES, the Spectrum, the Master System, the Amstrad, the Commodore, absolutely everything. I have a game played from the Spectrum, it's not a bad version. Right, so anyway, let's get into it. Right, so, players 1, difficulty normal. We're gonna go with easy, control 1 normal, or grid. I have no idea what the difference is, but that should do it. I know that's not the arcade introduction screen, but hey, let's get into it. And which one of these was more successful? I'd be interested in knowing that. Plus, also, did anyone actually give a shit about Marble Madness 6 or 7 or, you know, odd years after it come out in the arcades? Right, time to finish. Time is at the top. I'm the Red Bull. I always found the music really kind of soothing and trance-inducing, which is probably a good thing because it's so infuriatingly hard. You constantly have a sort of sense of inertia that you have to fight. I mean, I guess you could argue the physics are really good for the time, especially when you get to like the 8-bit systems. But the thing is, were you ever going to do a fair port of it when you brought it home without a trackball? I know there were trackballs, but obviously stuff like Combat School you could get around on the home ports without a trackball because it's basically Daley Thompson's Decathlon. Right, so level 2. So it doesn't sound that difficult, does it? 6 levels. This music's iconic. Evil Ball. You can... Bollocks. You can, appropriate word. Oh, you can knock him off. Oh, no, no, no. Let that go up, and then leg it. Scheißen. Yoink. Oh, you can go to shortcut. Yeah, look, see that big funnel over there? This is so tense playing, honestly. You probably hear it in my voice. Like I said, love-hate relationship. I love the game, massive amount of nostalgia for it, but it's so hard. Obviously, it's an arcade game though. They want to put their kids through college, so that's a good thing. Yoink. Oh! See, I can't remember now hardly at all playing it in the arcade, so fuck, I wonder how much easier it is with trackball. I never found them particularly precise, to be honest. There we go. Why do I feel like I've achieved something? Right, so this to me, I mean, without seeing the other one immediately after, seemed pretty much up there with the arcade. Can I go in those canals? Yes, apparently. It's really sinister. And dark. I guess that's what they were going for. The controls are a bit... yeah. Oh, the music! This is where I think about GameSack and stuff, saying that there were two versions, and one of them had absolutely god-awful music. I think we found our culprit. Right. Fuck it, it's the T2. See? Oh. No one likes having their balls dipped in acid. That is horrible! Ooh! Can't see. That's a bit crap design. I wonder if it's like that in the arcade. Yoink. I'm looking at the time, I shouldn't. Holy shit! Out of time? I think we've found as far as I can get in... oh wait, I have to go all the way back to the beginning. You have no continues. That's a bit shizen, isn't it? I think we've reached... I know this is the first time I've played it, but we've reached the pinnacle of my skill. It's just too hard to stay on these fine little tracks. If you could carry a time over from one track to the other, or course I should say. Anyway, that's the third course, so at least you got to see half the game, if that's my understanding. That music on that stage was horrible. Oh, I like this one. It's still a bit-ish shrill. Let's see if I can kill this bastard. Wait, what? How can he... smash... hey! Oh! Smash me just by hitting me twice. Move! I'm guessing the shortcut is the way to maximise your time. So it'll be interesting to see, fuck, how the controls, you know, handle on the other version. I want to say they're not the greatest on this, but isn't this essentially what Marble Madness is? Oh, this bit. I don't even know what the deal with that is. Is it just like an empty swimming pool? Some gleam the cube in it or something. Right. Okay, this is not going to happen, is it? That's horrible. I wonder if that's what they were going for. Yoink. What? What are you people thinking? Down there. 48 seconds. Oh. It's like a Disney nightmare. To be fair, most Disney films when I was a kid, especially Pinocchio, gave me nightmares. No! Can you even get up there without momentum? Really? I guess you've got to go the other way with that weird swimming pool wave machine. Can I even get out? That can't be it. That cannot be it. If you go the wrong way, you essentially got stuck. I know it's an arcade machine and it hates you and everyone you care about and wants to make lots of money, but that's a bit pants. Oh well, it was alright. Controls were a bit funny. Can't really, you know, sort of talk about them until I've played the other version, but the other version's got to be near the arcade if it's made by Tengen. Tengen? Potato, tomato. I don't know. I always say Tengen. Let's have a look. So let's have a look at the Tengen Marble Madness. I don't know if that was a flyer back in the day or the adverts in the magazines, but I'm definitely getting a more of a Marble Madness arcade, you know, actual arcade cabinets artwork feel for that artwork. But then again, I don't know. So let's get into this. Should have read the blurb, but on both of them, I'm guessing it was probably going to be exactly the same. So this one is Tengen presents Marble Madness. This is 1993, I believe, so this is 2 or so years after the other one, and I can tell you right off the top of my head that reminds me of the Marble Madness title screen. It also says free play, so does that mean, and that 1 to 3 players, does that mean this isn't actually, they've got a ROM on the cartridge or something? I don't know. Could you even do that? Because I'm getting definite more arcade vibe off this, and it also begs the question that when EA did it, even though obviously Tengen is part of Atari, why didn't they make it look more like the arcade machine? Anyway, free play as well, so does that mean I don't have to, I can keep going, is what I want to say. To the untrained eye, you say they're pretty much exactly the same. I would say I think the music's a little bit better. Am I right? I don't know. Well, let's get to the end, Dave, before you judge the controls. See, this to me, while obviously there's not a massive amount in it, it's like a little bit of presentation here and there and stuff. This definitely, maybe the colours slightly as well. Things like that, top left hand corner, makes me think the arcade game. More so than the EA version. Music's the same though, eh? Why am I stuck? Thank you. Oh. Definitely it's different in the sound effects. Oh! Oh! Ooh! I would say, yeah, this is way better and way different, but looks more like the arcade machine. Definitely! Go down. Look at it. There's animation there. That was just a blue chunk of shit. I think immediately we have a contender for which is the better. This, its presentation is just better. I was going to say there's not much in it, but there's little things like that. See that piston up there and shit? Weird. Why would you get the rights to it? Well, it's EA, isn't it? I can answer that own question, don't I? And then not make it like the arcade machine. Oh, oh, you bollock juggler. Well, anyway, when I was saying, you know, the other one's balls horrifically hard, well, it's good to see that this one is as well, so at least they're both in the, pun intended, ballpark difficulty-wise for the game. I just want to see if I can get to that level with the wave machine. I know it's not a wave machine. See? That. I should have had a quick round on Marble Madness on main, shouldn't I? Before this. Fuck it. You got... No! You got way more beams on this one. Come on. I just looked at the time and now I'm all pensive and shit. Do you have lives, or is it just a question of time? It is a tense experience. You ball looks better in this one as well. 17 seconds. No, come on. Winner. This is the better version. Look at that. Definitely. Right. Well. It's better, the music's better, but that's like saying, what do you prefer? Oh, you shizen. Being punched in the bollocks or punched in the head. I mean, it's less intrusive on your ears. Ooh. Oh, time up. How can you go with such different colour schemes? But one more go. I'm going to say this is the better version. They're both balls hard, pun intended. The touch screen on this is nearer the arcade machine. If you hadn't played the arcade machine, or you didn't play these next to each other, you'd probably be hard pushed to tell, you know, or know what the differences were. Literally, you would have to do a side by side, or one before the other, like I've done. But I'm going to go out and say this is the better version. It's just got more of an arcade feel to it. Like I said, well, it's a port in it. It's not going to be like a ROM on the cartridge or something like that. That requires writing your whole own emulator. I was sucked in by the free play, which, you know, ironically wasn't free play because it only gives me a certain amount of time and lives. No, 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 no. Oh. Right. I hate that door. And also, just what the fuck are they? Aye! Move! I think they're pretty much on a par for difficulty. Should I go straight down the funnel? Is that like a complete massive... I don't know, I was going to say massive bypass, but look how... Yeah, that was never going to happen. I would say this is probably a little bit more difficult, but also what I'm going to say is it's a bit weird because this has got the better controls. Anyway, before I start smashing myself in the face with frustration, I just want to have a quick look and see, like, what was the differences between the two versions of Marble Madness on the Megadrive. Why are there two versions? Was it really that successful a game? And this is better or closer to my mind, memory-wise, to the arcade, but they're both balls hard and frustrating. And they're both essentially Marble Madness. Just, I guess, a question of which one do you want to inflict frustration on you the most. Anyways, also, I'd love to know what you think. Did you own one of these back in the day, or did you play it in the arcade? And if you did own one of these, which one was it? And what's your understanding of what's the difference? Just a bit of fun, you know, stupid video way. But thank you very much for watching. I'll see you later.